filter in the water maker because the water quality is not being really good in the last 2 days or 3 days. So
what do you mean by water quality?
Tastes a little bit salty. So.
And do you mind it or do I mind it?
Alex, you mind it. I don't mind it.
In spite of some doubts over the quality of their drinking water on board, Hugo Boss was once again the fastest boat in the fleet with a speed of 15 knots, the best average overnight along the Brazilian coast. Slightly off to their west, Neutrogena and Cheminée Pujolat are trying to keep up with their pace.
In theory, on the papers, this to be more west. You're further away from the height, the Atlantic height. That means you're making more miles, but in long term, better wind and better angle. But this is depending on how is this car moving. It's moving east and west, and it's a little bit random movement.
The three leading boats, followed by Gai's Centros Auditivos, are now on southeast of Recife, sailing in the trade winds of 14 knots. Meanwhile, We Are Water and One Planet, One Ocean and Pharmaton are crossing the equator, and Spirit of Hungary is still battling with the doldrums.
We've been making good progress. We're pretty keen on changing out to the big Tunica. We've been pretty conservative in our sail plan thus far, and we've been sailing all night with the small reaching sail that we have, and in fact for the last few days. And it's only now that the wind is starting to get stably at 20 knots and not more that Sandra is keen on putting up a bigger sail. So we can only make the calculation as to our comparative speed if we have other boats to play with, and we just really don't at the moment. You know, it's only if we're able to get closer, then we can line up against some of the other boats and in the same conditions see what we can do. But if we're separated by hundreds of miles, then no, there's no way that we can make a comparison.
The leader group will be just on the north of the high pressure, and they will have a bit less wind because the wind is just going to be around 10-15 knots of easterly winds. For Renault, We Are Water and One Planet, One Ocean, they will be in 50-20 knots of easterly breeze, so they're going to be faster. And Spirit of Hungary is leaving the northeast area for entering the real big doldrums, and easterly and southerly winds also.